show, I suppose, before we actually start. Oh, 18 seconds passed already. Well, how fast time flies, Brandon.
Oh my.
So, hey guys, welcome to an M&B show. I'm your host, Mikey.
And I am the Brandy Brand.
And again, we're so pissed that Adrian could not make it, but, you know, he's actually busy with doing stuff, so we can forgive him for not being here. We would like to apologize for not releasing any more episodes of Monster Hunter or any machinima, but still releasing an M&B show. We have a rule that we always release M&B show after we release some sort of a machinima content. Unfortunately, this week we will not be releasing another Monster Hunter episode because we're gonna do it once a week now because we actually need time to prepare Monster Hunter 13. And today, what you guys are going to be seeing is going to be behind the scene map for Monster Hunter City. So every episode you saw takes place on 3 maps in Monster Hunter. It takes place on that map with the wheel in the beach. It takes in the city map as well as in the map with the school, which is the one with the big monitor looking over everybody. Yeah. This is going to be sort of a standard / special episode of M&B show. We're going to be talking about 2 machinimas, 3 machinimas, 1 machinima in particular today from our perspective. And as well, we're going to be talking about our content that we're going to be releasing soon. Brandon, what you going to say about that, boy?
Ooh, I'm just gonna say that I am looking forward to this series.
Oh, hell yeah. But yeah, we're actually pretty much excited going back to Halo 3. We have a special announcement a bit later down the line. We're actually going to go down the list of topics that you can see inside the, the about menu description. So as you can see, the first topic is RotS Spartans. And as you can see, Brandon is dressed as John, the Season 1, Episode 1 Elite. And I'm dressed as Boss. I mean, not Boss, Garst. Yeah, it was.
Garst has, yeah.
Yeah, let's
Garst
go.
is black, fool.
Black. Let's go ahead and explore the city just a little bit. You know, this truck has done so many wonderful things. It's very exciting, very fun.
You know, something tells me that this is actually one of the many incarnations of the city, because there are a couple parts that I don't see here that I saw.
Yeah, I think there's more than one city. How many maps did you download? There's only one map?
Valak only had 4 maps for me to download. One of them was in cold storage, and the other 3 are in here.
Oh, so we're checking one of the maps out, right?
Yes.
Okay, then we're gonna check out the other 3 maps. So
Yes.
let's just see what this one around. But yeah, guys, first things first, we're gonna talk about RotS Spartans. Why? Because I finally, recently finished watching the part 9. I think there's only 9 parts, right? Yeah, I finished watching the part 9 of RotS Spartans, and I just felt it was really important for me to talk about because I was in RotS Spartans. Yay! I've seen so many. I had so many fans come up to me and message me. I love you because you were a Raptor. I loved you in RotS Spartans. And you know, as a director, it hurtful because nobody knows me for Elites of War. But as a voice actor and person who was involved with RotS Spartans, I would say that hell, I feel kind of proud. You know, I've been part of RotS Spartans. I can say I've been there when it was being made in this way. I saw previews for almost every single part except the last 2 of them. And the stream is jagged because we're streaming from the streamer as opposed to streaming from the actual live game. So guys, you have to forgive us for the jaggedy of the stream. This is not our fault. It's not YouTube's fault. It's actually the fault of the program that is the best program for streaming, but unfortunately it's not really on par with like triple distillation of whatever you want to call it. But yeah, finished watching RotS Spartans. Like Brandon was part of it as well. Brandon, who were you in RotS Spartans?
I was. Well, I mean, I've been a few minor roles, but I was the esteemed king.
He killed somebody.
Yeah.
He killed somebody.
I didn't kill someone. I killed the coolest character in the series.
The janitor. Right?
The janitor, yeah.
And obviously I was the Raptorio, which was the elite guy, and yeah, I actually went through parts 4 to 9. In part 9, I played an extremely small role because my character died in part 8. I would say that parts 4, 5, and 6, my character played a larger role, but truth be told, out of every single part of RotS Spartans, 5, 6, 7 were my least favorite. I think the part where they started having a party, that's where I decided RotS Spartans is not what I thought it was going to be. The moment they had that ridiculous party going on, I was like, no, I'm sorry, just no. I was extremely disappointed with it, but I've finished watching part 9, and I must say, I got a heart beating right there, finally. After so many years of cold heartedness, I had a beat of a heart there. Just small beat, just a very slight beat. Because I actually enjoyed part 9. Majorly because it had the least amount of action out of all the parts combined together, all the parts. Had the least amount of action, and I loved it. I loved the second half especially because there you had more exposition, you had more character development, you had more flashbacks and throwbacks to the originality of what the series were about. I get to meet all the characters over again. Some of them I really did not care about. For example, the guy who was in charge of teleport. Stop driving! It's way too loud. like the guy who was in charge of the teleportation, I did not give a crack about him. I didn't even remember him. All I know that he was masturbating to Elites of War, so I guess I remember him for that. Okay.
What?
Yeah, the Arbiter has replaced a little what you call it? I want to say a little tribute to Elites of War there. You know, cameos. So
I like cameos.
Like, I always put cameos. When I used to put a lot of cameos for other Spartans, especially in part 9. Part 10 had shitload of cameos for both Mike and Arbiter. I mean, Rise of the Spartans characters were in part 10, in episode 10 of Elites of War. So, but since we stopped doing Elites of War, we stopped putting cameos because otherwise they wouldn't really fit into the universe. And the other guys are very comedy oriented. I can't really put serious stuff in it, serious cameos. Not yet, anyway. But anyway, was part 9, and truth be told, towards the end, I was like, wow. Was it 2.5 years, 3 years, 9 parts, and it's done. Cool. Cool. As a director, I'm gonna tell you, as a director, I did not enjoy it as much as I would if I were just a simple viewer, Brandon. How about you?
I think that's just because you have that cynical part of you just becoming more, how would you say it? You actually look for things instead of just enjoying it for the ride.
Oh, yeah, I agree for that. Yeah. All right, Brandon, take us to another map. I think I already found out everything I needed about this map.
Don't hurt me! Ay.
Yeah, continue.
But from what I've seen of it, I was glad that it wasn't all about over-the-top action, as it was. I haven't actually finished it though.
So you haven't finished watching it yet?
No.
Oh wow! Aren't you late to the party? To kind of a little bit go deeper inside the entire Arbiter and Ride of the Spartans. I've known Arbiter since the days before he was even a speck of dust on YouTube. I've been around before he made his first light show. I've been around when he was having an active life in Bungie.net forums within clans of different elites. I've been there and watching his content since the first moment he released Machinimas, or at least second moment he released Machinimas. I remember this Honor Guard series. I remember the War in Cadia. I remember Sub-Zero. I remember Project Middle Ground. I remember Cone Combats. All of them. I remember all the things that Arbiter has done since the day he began sort of doing Machinima. It's not because I actually joined in 2011 and watched all his content from start to finish. I actually systematically watched his content. I even remembered his little British skit that he did when he was recreating the battle that British and Americans had or some sort like that. And as well as the skits that he did following it was really funny. It was also in Reach. I've been there, so... It looks like it's the same map, bro. Yeah, it is. It is the same map, man. It is. Yes, it is.
Right.
All right, load up another one then. And you know, I've been there when he first did first part of the Ride of the Spartans. I remember when it had literally a low amount of views. I remember when he first featured episode 7 Elites of War on his channel, and believe me or not, at that time, I was so happy that he did. I was extremely proud that Arbiter 607 would do it for guys like us. And he did not have a lot of subscribers then. And you must understand, right now he has like 80,000 plus subscribers. At that time he had 15, maybe 10, maybe even less than that. And still he did his job as a good Samaritan to help out guys who were not as big as him or had content that really wasn't been seen. I mean, Sam on small productions. Mike WB, all these guys are now where they are now is because Arbiter has put time. I think it's the same map, bro. It's the same map.
It seems there's minor differences here.
Yeah, there's no shield balls
where the buildings are, but like there are a lot more spaces in between the buildings you could jump on now.
Oh yes, I see it now. Yeah. So yeah, Mike W. All these guys are where they're at now is because Arbiter took the time to promote them, to be friends with them, and they in turn been friends with them. Some people call it sucking up. I call it suck it up for a very long time. But you know, who am I to say? I'm not really in there to actually judge it. But hey, we never actually got in sync with Arbiter, but he still supported us. So to me, that was a pretty big deal. It's, you know, a lot of people say, thank you, Arbiter 617, for creating such amazing series. You're an inspiration to me. And you see this thank yous from all these small directors and even big directors because Arbiter would notice it. I did not do it. Why? Because what am I going to thank Arbiter for? To me, Arbiter is a director who did his job well. Kudos to you. The reason why I'm doing this right now because I actually finished watching a series I was part of, and because Arbiter, for the time, I consider him as sort of a colleague and a friend, and right now I'm paying tribute to him as part of our generation of machinima directors, which did start around 2009. This is where most of the directors got their heels deep inside the ground of machinima works, and that's what I mean. Some people are 80,000 subscribers. Some people as us are only at 4,300 something. So it's all about luck, and it's about content that people enjoy watching. I've actually heard things about RotS Spartans that some people would never believe would have been said. Some people said it's a third-grade piece of shit. Some people praised it as a new millennium of filmmaking. To me, it's just a series that a friend of mine in the past made, and to somebody that I look to when I want to watch some content that is fun. I'll be honest, I actually hold back of watching part 9 until people stopped watching it as vigorous as they did for the first few months, just so I can sit back, relax, and enjoy it from what I think without reading all the bullshit comments and whatnot. I mean, and to get rid of those people who say, thank you, Arbiter, blah, 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 that's why we're doing it now as opposed to doing it right away. And I'm kind of glad, Brandon, how my character went out. Actually, believe it or not, the speech that my character made, I wrote it for RotS Spartans. Just me. I personally, Arbiter asked me whether I liked the speech and told me would like to change it. I'm like, you know what? Can I change it a bit? He's like, go for it. I changed it. He loved it. I voiced it. It got into the film. So I co-wrote RotS Spartans. I win. No, I'm really glad that actually he put it in, and I gave. My voice acting sessions, believe it or not, did not have much bloopers because I edited all the bloopers out except few, and those few that I didn't edit out actually made it into the blooper videos of his. But actually for each part, I had over a half an hour worth of voice acting in the parts I was included in. Some of them actually had like 45 minutes worth of voice acting because I would redo lines a few times, so Arbiter would actually do not need to contact me again and say, you did it wrong. That's why he actually never ever, actually once, there was only one line that he contacted me to redo, and you know what, some of the lines he put in, I was like, dude, there was a better line I made, should have put that in. I don't know why he didn't, but some lines he put in, it almost felt like he slapped them in because he was rushing. I would really wish he took some time to fine-tune my lines in particular, because I have had better versions of the same line because I gave him like 4 or 5. Yeah, I mean, I know Brendan does multiple takes of his lines too. I'm not Mike WB. I heard some voice acting that Mike WB does. It's like full of laughing and full of jokes. I don't know why you would do that. I don't agree with that in particular. I just like doing my lines, and then there's lines, easy for you to use, plug them in, easy to go. But, again, 1 to 4 were sort of a beginning. To me, 1 to 4 were an alright take on action machinima. I did not really take it seriously because, action machinima not our style, but hell, it was fun to watch. It was really fun to watch, and you know, down the line, part 4 to part 6, part 7, actually that's where I have my love-hate relationship with the series, because I did not like how much action there was and how much little story development there was. If you take anything out from these parts, there really isn't much going on story-wise, Brandon. How about you? Do you sort of have an opinion on that?
Arbiter himself said that he didn't really do much of the story about until part 6, because that's when he wanted to actually dump in a lot of story. So I agree. I mean, he understands that he didn't put any story into it until part 6.
Yeah, and even when part 6 came out, it was the story. A lot of people like it. A lot of people
And a lot
enjoy
of people try to copy it.
Yeah, and I mean, just look, Dawn of the Titans or the Brotherhood, all of those machinimas have similar take on action. Action have story, and some people do it good, some people do it bad. For example, I really wish we would do it to show people how to do it either wrong or right, because we never really tried doing it that often. The only action bits we have are in the Chronicles, and if you look at the Chronicles, our action bits don't last more than 2 or 3 minutes. Sometimes even less than that, because we actually put a lot of emphasis on the story. Recently, I rewatched some of our action-packed content, and I'm really surprised with how little of action we put, but how much story that action holds. And not to toot my own horn, saying I'm awesome, but sometimes things are just work out when you write story-driven content as opposed to action-driven content. And I did not see that clear division in Rise of the Spartans, not until the last part. I think, Brandon, part 9 is where Arbiter finally got his grips on what story and action should be done. And still, the first half of the machinima, the first half, hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes, it's where was so much action, even though there was entire, spoiler alert, resurrection, and then all these effects, still felt like there was way too much action for me, personally. And some of the action was repeats of the old action sequences, which I did not particularly enjoy.
Indeed.
Brandon, your opinion on it?
Heck, as I haven't finished it all the way yet, I can only go off of what I've seen from the other, whatchamacallits, the other episodes. But, hold on, my brain got stuck while I'm changing maps. Okay, from what I've seen, I was glad that there were more story elements in part 9 that actually had me sort of watching it, because I remember doing things that I thought were interesting in it when I was taking part in some of the body acting back when I used to body act for other people. That was a long time ago. That was a long time ago.
Totally.
But, I mean, there were still a whole lot of over-the-top action bits that I know of, such as, I don't know, spoilers, flipping tanks and shit, but I didn't think it was anything too bad, given the circumstances.
Well, let's give credit where the credit is due.
Shit!
Where is the freaking classroom, man? Is it upstairs?
This is where the classroom would have been. Right
Yeah,
here.
but where is it?
Well, there is no classroom. This is supposed to be the lab.
Oh, this is the lab, not the classroom?
Indeed.
Oh, okay.
Because if you look right here, these are the pillars that Michael or John or whoever was hiding behind these pillars before he knocked the professor out in like episode 6 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yep. For those who are joining just now, we're talking about Rise of the Spartans, and this is behind-the-scenes maps that will be used in Monster Hunter Episode 13, and we're both dressed as characters from Elites of War. This is John Cauldron in Elites of War, and I'm dressed as a Garst. Yeah, we're cool like that. But that being said, I wanted to say something about effects-wise. I mean, fine. I'll give Arbiter 100% on cool effects. Very cool effects, Brandon. I love the effects, especially when they bring everybody back to life. I love the little pieces and tidbits with the ships. One of the most impressive scenes, in my opinion, was the scene where you actually see the 3D Covenant Corvette traveling through slip space. I think that scene was really kind of showing me like, wow, I want to do that. Every other effect, in a way, I can do. Brandon's learning how to do. It's not really complicated. Anybody who has Adobe After Effects and even Element 3D can actually make those effects with practice. Brandon and I recently been practicing in 3D animation ourselves, so we're kind of trying to get a grip on it so we can actually do our own little bits and pieces here and there. But overall, I would say effects are very well executed. They were believable. They weren't out of place. They weren't overbearing, as some other machinimas have done in the past. And I would say they fit the story pretty well for what it had to be. I would probably ask for a bit more effects instead of explanations, maybe cloning done a bit more, because it didn't really feel like there was a lot of fighting going on in some scenes, and you can kind of jot it down to the fact that you can't really have 100 people on the screen at once all the time. But overall, the effects were superb. You can see that some time were put into them. Some of them were extremely simple effects, which I love the fact that you can actually do simple effects. I would like actually somebody to do tutorials on them from the Arbiter's crew, because I think he's the best at explaining it, especially the sword tutorials. I'm so glad he did that, because not a lot of people can actually do the sword effect without much hassle. I remember when I learned it all by myself, it wasn't all that easy, but with practice, I kind of figured out different practices and tools. And once Arbiter posts, I'm like, that's what I do. Okay, great. So we do this. We have the same technique for doing it. Winning. All right, next map, Brandon. How about you, Brandon? Effects, your opinion.
Effects. I've always been I've always been a bit of a vanilla type guy. By that I mean prefer less is more over other things, such as heavily effect-ridden stuff. But when I see little things like the golden sword, I do go, oh hey, it's a nice touch. Also, by the way, that the eye is
following me now.
It's a spotlight.
Yeah, right.
Somebody's calling me.
Something is calling you?
Oh, somebody wants to join our call. Commando.
No calls for now.
That commando fella who gave you a message just now.
I know. I didn't really put down the thing that you can join the chat this time around. We have enough topics. And we're going to cover Daniel Hodges' topics this time around. He's not here, so we're going to cover his topics. He's at work currently. He has a very late schedule. But yeah, we have a topic going on later. We're just going to talk about Rise of Spartans for now, just because we can. Why not? Brandon, do you have any more maps? No more?
No, these are all the maps that Adrian had on his file share.
I guess we'll have to talk to him about which map to use for which and how later on. But anyway, oh, you sucker. All right, Brandon, take us out of here. You survived. Yeah, take us out of here. Let's play some matchmaking. And in the meantime, we got to talk more about Rise of the Spartans and how it affected us. I posted a very nice message on both our feed and as well on the Arbiter's Part 9 talks, the comments. And I'm going to say this again. I'm actually going to read the comment that I posted because I can, right? Can I do that? Brandon?
Yeah.
Can I do that?
Go for it.
Oh, fine.
What?
Be like that.
I'm right here. Go.
Be like that. You're so mean to me. You're so mean. I don't like you anymore. I'm kidding. Where's my discussion? No, not discussion. It's so hard to check the your feed now. It's ridiculous. Where is it? Because I want to read it. I don't want to just watch it. Let's go for recent activity. Here it is. Once it loads. Found it! So what did I write? Oh. Thank you, Arbiter! Wait, I'm going to read it very passionately. Thank you, Arbiter, for an amazing experience you have given me as a supporting character in more than half of rather Spartan parts. Finally, being able to sit down and enjoy Part 9 in its full glory, I simply have no other choice but to dedicate our next M&B show specially to you and to Rise of the Spartans. Thank you, Arby. I'm awesome. Dude, there's only 44 people playing here. Go to Team Slayer.
Oh.
And not social. Ranked.
Ranked?
Ranked.
Oh, Team Slayer ranked. Oh, yeah. We're going to get... How do you think the Halo 3 tryhards are going to be?
Oh, I saw a lot of people with 50s already, and they just had apps. My controller disconnected. Shame on me. So yeah.
Boy.
I wish I could say more about Rise of Spartans, but if I say more about Rise of Spartans, I probably have to say more about Arbiter and my experiences with them, and I don't really think it's really placed to be doing it right now. But yeah, Rise of Spartans is over. I really want to work with Arbiter in more films. I think it will be beneficial to everybody. Ha ha ha. I mean, I still do have my elite voice ready to go.
Oh,
Yeah, I haven't practiced it at all because I haven't voiced anything over half a year since. Yeah, I think RotS Spartans was the last film I actually voice acted in.
Yeah, and you know what sucks? When I first like did minion voices or something for him, I don't know if I've done any minion voices for him, but I kind of wish I had developed my voice at that time. Like, there are a lot of voices I have now that I would have loved to have used back then. Like, especially my own elite voice that I came into that's, like, totally destructive on the throat, but still, whatever. Yeah, I just get like this. I just sort of reach down deep and go,
You broke up there.
Worms.
Oh, there. Oh, no, not Team BR. It's not Construct. Not again. I hate this map. Oh, whatever. I guess that's why I stopped playing Halo 3 online. But yeah, thank you, Arbiter. I hope you kind of watch this or something. Somebody tells you to watch it or something. I don't know. He doesn't have time for this crap, but neither do we. I mean, when was the last time I actually rewatched the M&B show? I don't remember. But anyway, thanks, Arbiter. Hopefully work with you again. Both Brandon and I really enjoyed our time in RotS Spartans, regardless of what people might think it is or not. I mean, right?
Yeah.
We're awesome.
And they're like, oh shit, already? Oh, I forgot we were playing matchmaking.
Matchmaking. Sniper,
Oh, God.
sniper.
It feels so slow.
Compared to Halo 4 and Halo 3, I mean Halo Reach, yes it does. Yes it does. But yeah, anyway, where were we? Yeah, oh, I love Titanfall, man. I want to play Titanfall. We should have played Titanfall. But no, we have to play Halo 3 because we're cool like that, I suppose. So yeah, guys, next thing of the order of business, what is it, Brandon? Let's talk about Elites of War. Yes? Elites of War?
Yeah.
So yeah, there is a reason why we're playing Halo 3, and it's not all. There is a reason why we're playing Halo 3, and that's not only because we're doing Monster Hunter Episode 13, it's also because we're actually going to be doing Elites of War something special. After 2 years... Yeah, woohoo! After 2 years of contemplating, after numerous hours of rewriting and different versions of the said rewrites, Brandon and I finally decided to do this particular thing. We are going to remaster all Elites of War episodes of Season 1. Why? Because why the hell not? And
we're not
really...
talking about Halo campaign involved, but...
Actually, let me just explain why we're doing it, besides the general bullshit that some people say. Actually, we're doing it for one simple reason. There is some third-party stuff happening on our original Elites of War Season 1, and I want to change that. And I have rewritten Season 1 3 times. 3 times I have rewritten Season 1. 3 freaking times. And every time I rewrite it, it just becomes better and better and better. And finally, I came to an opinion that better is not always better. Sometimes going old school is better. The original rewrites are all action-based. They're so action-based, it's scary, man. It's scary how action-based they are. And after long contemplation on my own part, I decided that it's always not a good idea to go action, especially at the time when I was rewriting them. So finally, I came to a conclusion to expand the story in the first 6 original episodes, meaning that what you're gonna see in the remastered version will be an improved version of Season 1. A completely improved version. Yeah, and Brennan saw some preliminary scripts for it, and I must say, I like how it comes out. I really do. I still hate Halo 3 though, not because I suck at it, but because there's so much lag going on right now, because the game is being poorly supported, and I don't know why. I guess I have low connection because I'm streaming? Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. Brendan, do you know?
No. Right now we're not focusing completely on it, so I suck. Oh, wow.
Oh, I suck
the
too.
old gaming styles were very,
I can't even respawn yet. I
It's
have
been
one
too
bar.
long.
I have red bar. Yeah, I want to go back to Halo 4. I like Halo 4 more, Brandon. I really do like Halo 4 more. But, you know, we have to do films in Halo 3, and why not do films in Halo 3? Whatever. Anyway, where were we, Brandon?
We were talking about a thing.
Yeah, so Elites of War being remastered, Season 1 in particular, we're going to be re-releasing them episode at a time, not as a whole thing. Even though the whole thing would be probably a movie-worthy format, and you know that's something to think about. But I think to keep true to the series, we're gonna release it in episodes. Plus, episodes equals more views. Haha, we're gonna whore you for views, viewers.
Oh, we're going to hold you for viewers, all of you critics who are going to say we're nothing but view-snatching cowards. Everybody, don't worry, we're trying to, huh?
Yeah, so yeah, that being said, Elites of Wars make comeback, believe me, sooner than later, because as we promised, we're working on CGI for Elites of War, as well as our minor series, and it's going pretty well. We're getting some experience done, and I'm just pure excitement! Yay!
Oh fuck.
Okay. Monster Hunter behind the scenes, guys. You already seen the maps, pretty much nothing special. They're cool maps, though, not gonna lie, they're pretty cool. I just wish we actually had more knowledge of what exactly is going to be happening on them. But we have a script for that, so we're going to be actually waiting for that to actually pop up and happen. You were currently watching Halo 3. That's why it looks so old. Yay, old Halo 3. I remember how cool it was. I actually think you guys should expect a teaser for Elites of War Season 1 reboot sometime in the next month or so. And we're working on a lot of different projects, Space Marine in particular. Kind of exciting. We actually really full of work, both real life and machinima wise. That's why we kind of don't have really a lot of social interactions with our community on YouTube. However, MLB show is our interaction type stuff, so yeah, I just don't know.
It's the spot where you have all the people sending in comments and questions and all of their other concerns.
I completely forgot that B is the melee button. I was using the wrong button for melee. No wonder I was dying.
Let me guess, you're hitting the reload button, huh?
Oh yeah, I was doing the reload. I was hitting the reload button because of the bumper jumper.
See, this is why, everybody, this is why PC gamers are better, because you can purposely map your own bullet, or your own controls.
Your own bullets? I wish. Yeah, me and Bram are playing PC a lot lately, so we are not completely good with it. I'll be honest though, I play with a controller on some of my PC games, but that's not the point. I still suck with a controller on a console game because of the limited amount of customization, just like Brendan said. So
I still think, yeah, the major difference is just being able to change what your controls do,
which you can't really do it here. Sad, but meh, it's not as much of a big deal as people might think as it is. What else? Films in the making. So as we said, Elites of War Season 1 is being remade right now. I'm rewriting the episodes again right now. Space Marine, Shadow of Clavicus, is completely voiced at this point. It's just few more voices, just few more lines for a few more characters left. What else? Obviously, we kind of sort of put Scale and Claw on the back burner just a little bit. And we have the other guys also on the back burner just a little bit. Why? Because technically speaking, these are secondary projects we're not really that interested in developing as of now. But I'm gonna tell you right now, flat out honest, people have been craving more Scale and Claw. People want Scale and Claw. I'm actually very, very on edge right now, Brandon. Should we do another Scale and Claw soon, or should we wait until we release more Halo-related machinimas? I want your opinion on it, Brandy.
Considering the amount of finesse that goes into it, I would say we should wait just a tad.
Until we actually go. But I love that storyline. I actually almost figured out how we can actually do it this time around. But yeah, I guess you're right. We can wait just a little bit. Yeah. Unfortunately, Scale and Claw will be back, but a bit later, just a tad later. Oh, you know what? I still want to talk about Rise of the Spartans for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe a bit, just in a tick. What else?
Yeah.
I think we have questions from Yeah, we have questions from what's his name, Daniel Hodge. Brendan, could you please read out the questions that Daniel Hodge has? He has some. Daniel Hodge is a voice actor that we recruited a while back. He has some great questions for you guys that a lot of you never really asked before. They're kind of common questions, but nobody ever kind of gave details about from us. We never gave details about it, and Brendan and I can both sort of share our experiences with machinima. And Daniel Hodge has great questions, so please, Brendan, Daniel Hodge questions.
Get the fuck out.
Hey, we won! Yay!
Yeah, we won! Yay!
All right, go for it. Hodge's questions, please.
Okay. Let's see. Our questions were. Let me find them.
What questions for us were?
The question was, how is the difficulty of making machinima back then? By referring to back then, he means,
Old school
Halo
days.
3 compared to now, where everybody uses Halo Reach.
Or Halo, Halo 4. So the question is, to rephrase it, what is the difference between making Halo machinima now and making Halo machinima back in the heyday, 2007, 2009? That's pretty much the days where making machinima was sort of different than it is now. So once again, I'm gonna go back in time to talk about my starting up in machinima, which is pretty much everybody else started off in machinima in that age. Let's completely ignore the fact of the HD PVR, Elgato. Let's focus on the fact that there's a recording device, you get it, you can make machinima. Otherwise, you just put a camera in front of your TV and you record it that way, which is the bootleg version which people used back in the day a lot. And some of them were very successful. I've seen some videos with 100,000 views that use that technique, but to me that was so low tech, I would not even attempt it. So what I did, I was very clever at the time. I could not realize how clever I was. Bungie.net offered something called render minutes. You can buy like 5 render minutes for $1 or something like that. So I probably put in a $10 bill. My first money I spent on machinima. The first time I actually started making machinima, the first teasers I made for Elites of War, I already put money into this hobby without I look at my wallet and I have $10. I have another $10 probably in my bank account. Let me just pay it with PayPal. I think it was at the time. So I paid with PayPal $10, and I got however amount of minutes I had. And you must understand, because if you don't use the entire minute of the Bungie.net render minute, that minute is gone. So you can imagine, I had 10 minutes. Let's just say I had 10 minutes for recording. I used every single second of those 10 minutes for their clips. I would literally not use less than a minute. I actually had a timer because I did not want to waste money. So what I would do, I would actually act out the entire episode of Elites of War. I would go into the I would make the separate clips. I would save separate scenes in separate clips. So imagine, let's say there's 100 scenes. I would actually have 100 separate clips for each scene. Then I would go to Bungie.net. Wait for it. I would go to Bungie.net. I would load all of these scenes into my file share, and I would render them all together using the Bungie.net render minutes. After that, I would take out these clips, go into Windows Movie Maker, and combine them together, because that's the only program I know how to use. So I had Bungie.net render minutes, and the only program I had available at the time, which was Microsoft Filmmaker, Movie Maker, MMW. Wait,
Windows Movie Maker.
Yeah, that program. That's it. That's all I had. That's how I was doing machinima for at least first 4 episodes. No, wait, that's how I did it for all 6 episodes, Brad. I'm sorry. That's how I did it for all 6 episodes. The entire first season, I was using that method. I probably sank in like $15 to $20 into the first season of Elites of War, and the only person who voice acted was me. Compared to today, when I have an HD capture card, when I have a fleet of voice actors, where I have HD capabilities, where I have special effects not heard of from before. However, I must add this. The first day, which is ironic as part, when I started making the first episode, I already had Adobe After Effects CS3. or CS4 or whatever it was. I already had Adobe After Effects, and what I used it for is for cloning all the tanks and soldiers in the first 6 episodes. That's what I used for the cloning method, because there was no other way. I didn't have Sony Vegas. The only thing I could use was that. And I will tell you, I was so proud of those simple, easy, very silly, you know, I don't want silly, but very simple and easy rendering things of cloning, which I was extremely proud of, Brandon. At that time, very few people made it. I think Arbiter haven't even done masking at the time. And I was the one guy who did one machinima episode and already freaking rendered it with the cloning capabilities. And hey, I'm gonna say I'm proud. I was extremely proud of that.
Careful, people will say you're pretentious.
Oh, condescending. What, I can be proud of what I did. Back in the day, it was a big deal. Not a lot of people did this. And when I did this, I was like, America. Yeah.
Mark.
Yeah, it's so much easier to do.
America.
It's so much easier to do machinima now. There's so many tutorials online. There's so many guides. There's so many things you can use other third-party programs just to make the films, and you don't have to worry about not knowing what to do, because you can just go ahead on YouTube and ask somebody or just find a tutorial. That's how easy it is to do right now. Back in the day, the only person who ever did you any sort of tutorials was Digital Fear. And when I watched this tutorial, the only thing I learned from it, that I had to buy a capture card. That's it. That's the only thing I actually learned from the guy. I haven't learned anything else from him. A lot of people I know kind of praise him for being the father of guides to machinima making. And I just did not see it at the time. I guess I was too pretentious at the time as well, even if that's possible. But, you know, I just did not see it. I knew he was the guy who made machinima, but I never really gave him credit for being father of anything. Certainly not father of children.
Ooh, oh dear. Well,
Brandon, you're onion.
Everybody was children at the time.
Yeah, you're onion, man. You're onion.
Onion man?
Yeah, your opinion, dummy.
Oh, I heard onion. All right.
I did say onion.
Just for anybody else who also can't understand it. My opinion on what?
Yeah, and I guess back in the day, machinima now. Granted, you're not really weren't around back in the day, but I think you can kind of give a little opinion of it. Anyway.
Well, I mean, I was when I just came into machinima, there was still some Halo 3 series going on. I was primarily here in Reach, but you know, it wasn't too much of a. Get the fuck out of the way! God damn it! Idiots are in the way. But I've tried making a Halo 3 machinima before. It's
I did not know that.
It's a little bit more complicated for me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I tried. It didn't. It was before it was before I even tried.
You're breaking up. Wait, you're breaking up. Go ahead.
You know, voice acting, and it never went of whatchamacallit. It was like a very childish take on Red versus Blue. Nowadays I would probably hit myself in the head over it, but at the time when I tried it, it was a little bit difficult. I didn't know how to get people to help me out, and so everybody was always screwing around, and I always got caught up with it, and I never ended up making anything with it. But I guess the process was a little too difficult for me at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, I didn't actually have a capture card until Halo Reach era, and oh, you try and make a machinima without a capture card. Well, I didn't know you needed a capture card.
I made it without a capture card. I'm the only one, I think.
Yeah, I didn't know about the whole
Bungie render minutes.
But yeah, and I fuck spending money on this, so I didn't understand yet. And so whatever I had done, it never went to fruition, and whatever would have come to fruition would not have been very good. But what happened at the time was I fell in with a group of people who made that one series I was talking about, Planet of Glass, and that's when I was like, I'll make my own, and I'll, do it. And man, I got annoying with that. I was like, oh, my Machinima series is going to be awesome, and I was like, talked a couple people's ears off with that. Did I just get stuck? No, I didn't. But, that never really petered out. I wanted to make a sort of offshoot of a series that I was already in. That didn't work. But I did learn how to go into theater mode and go into my capture card program and actually do some filming. I actually didn't realize that there was a difference between using the HD cord or not for the Xbox. So I had been playing in like 480p on my TV the entire time. It wasn't until I got an HD PVR that I realized I wasn't playing in HD. I was like, wow, there was such a big difference to me. And I was like, I can see clearly now.
Wow, Brent, this is the last time we're streaming from stinking Xbox, man. This is just horrible.
Yeah.
This is horrible. I'm looking at the stream, it's just horrible. Wow, do you feel like switching to... I can't even switch to anything because I'm streaming on my laptop, not on my main computer. Wow.
Well, I guess Titanfall will be the way to go from now on.
Yeah. Jesus. No, I mean, I probably could stream if I streamed from my tower. It has better internet connection, but still, it's just horrible. This is just ridiculous. I'm puking myself when I'm watching this. This is just so bad. Wow. You know what? Let's just continue with dancing. Don't play. Just move it out.
Oh, okay. Let's bring us back.
Yeah, I mean, let's just explore some maps. I don't know what can we explore. Everybody knows everything about Halo 3.
Yeah, and it's not like we have any. Do we have any other games?
I can't. Well, we're still gonna be playing Xbox. It's still gonna be so crankly and stupid.
Poor crankly and stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I'm streaming on the laptop and it doesn't have a wired connection, so the streaming speed is like down to the shitter. And there's pretty much no game I have on the laptop anymore because I switched everything to my tower. Forget that. Go back to the main lobby. We'll play something, and hopefully people won't puke as much as I think as they do. I would like to apologize. I would like to apologize that the stream is so bad, but that's what happens when you have recording over recording of a game for streaming, and that's just bad. Wait, where are you? Where'd you go? Oh, there you are.
I accidentally clipped out.
Oh. So what was the next question from Hodge?
Okay, going over to check. The next one was talk about inspiration, ideas, and other cool things you thought about along the way.
Oh, I think both of us can answer this question. Where the last one only I could answer it. More or less, you know what I meant. I'm probably gonna come back to the first question when I get more juice of it in my head. But what was our inspiration? What was the other thing?
Well, it was just what sort of inspirations and ideas have we had from beginning to...
All right.
No.
I'm gonna say something which I probably will regret saying. The inspiration behind me making Machinima was to please 4 or 5 guys in my Bungie.net elite group. At the time, and probably even now...
I regret saying it like that too.
Even now, I have extreme and deep hatred towards people who think Spartans are the coolest things in Halo. To me, elites were always the things that I found to be fascinating. Fascinating. But, unfortunately, there were so little places where you can go to, to be fun as an elite. And when I started making Machinima, I made Machinima as inspiration for these 4 guys to have fun. So they can write a story and I can put it in a Machinima form. That was my inspiration. As to the story-wise, I always found that elites are portrayed poorly in every machinima I ever saw. During the times of Halo 3, elites were portrayed like these dumbasses of some sort. Even in the Forgotten Spartans,
Either that or something that...
it's like, I am the bad guy, the monsters are the evil people, I must kill you.
Brother.
High ranks. Oh, the great journey, the great journey. It was just so annoying. There was only one Halo... Oh crap, I dropped my controller.
No!
There was only one Halo 2 machinima that actually portrayed elites the way I like them. And there was only one Halo 3 machinima that I thought was on par to make it sort of, you know, acceptable for elites. But when me and my that group wrote the story of Elites of War, it was actually a written role-playing game. I explained it so many times. When I read that script, I'm like, yeah, I want to make this into a machinima. Let me go and see how I can make a machinima. And once that started, I actually began making a machinima. And Elites of War was born, and now 5 years later, we have over 100 films under our belt, and shows, and content. We have so much fun doing it. It's amazing. What was the second part of the question?
It was just, you know, what inspirations and ideas have we had from conception to now? Blanket term.
Blanket or conception to now. Inspirations. Alright, as many of the guys who've been around the Halo 3 era, John CJ, you know, the simple machete most of the time. Pretty much what was I'm doing that, but it was something that I looked to see how people accept those films. And once I realized that everybody loved the Spartans and everybody enjoyed the concept of having a hero character and a villain character, I decided that if I wanted to do something, I would not be doing that. And that's why I created the entire concept of the mercenaries, the entire concept, well, but in the Elites of War sort of deal, entire concept of these individuals who are not really fitting the norm of what people are used to. Spartans are not Spartans, Spartan-esque, elites are not dumb or like flat characters. In a way, I took everything that people know about Halo and put it into reality and how two characters interact. Because to me, somebody who's being betrayed will not be the same person always. So if somebody betrayed an elite, I highly doubt his concept of honor will stay intact. If somebody would betray a Spartan, I don't think he'll be as trusting. If somebody caused Spartan to feel love or something, whatever, I don't think he will be staying an emotionless machine. Same thing with all these emotions. To me, Spartans were never a blank individuals. To me, there always were deep characters who were forced into this machinematic theme of being cold, brutal, and unstoppable machines. That's not my Spartans. And elites, same goes for elites. Those are not the elites that I want to portray. So inspiration was actually real life, believe it or not. I took a lot of concepts of real life individuals and put them into these made up characters, into these alien super soldiers, and to see how they blend. And now 5 years later, the blending, it's kind of successful. I don't know, we have 1 point something million views. We're actively making machinima and people still watch it, so whoever says nay is probably very meh. Yeah, so that's it. Oh, you son of a bitch, he just teabagged me. That motherfucker just teabagged me.
Who? Oh, Halo. Okay.
Yeah. Well, there's freaking lag going on here and this guy just teabagging me. What the hell?
What is it, Killer Sam?
No, not Killer Sam. It was the guy who actually took the shotgun. Yeah, it's Killer Sam guy. Kill Killer Sam, please. I don't like him. And what was the third part of it?
They're just inspirations from, you know, conception to now.
All right,
It's
so
just one part.
I guess Forgotten Spartans had a small effect on me when I looked at the cloning. I felt, oh, these guys do cloning? Can I do cloning? Let me check if I can do cloning. Oh wait, I can do cloning. And the more I realized that I can do cloning just like they do, I'm like, oh wow, that's not really that much fun. Let me just dial it down. And that's when the following episodes there's not that much cloning going on. And then they're like, ooh, they put spaceships in. I can put 3D spaceships in too, or 2D. Oh, let me try to put 2D spaceships in. Oh wait, I can do it as well now. Oh, it's not that much fun anymore. And then, oh my god, they put 3D spaceships. And I spent a very long time researching how to do 3D animation. And at some point, I'm like, maybe this is not for me. This is something that I can't do. Maybe I'm too old. Maybe I don't have enough time. I can't do that. So everything else from there on, the effects-wise, every effect I've put in was sort of my effect. There wasn't really much effects that I learned from something, especially the 2D effects, the simple particle effects. All of that I learned on myself on my own time without actually looking up tutorials. Only lately do I look up tutorials for Adobe After Effects to see how it works, 3D elements, so forth and so on, just to see if I can do it. And even now I'm doing the 3D animation stuff all by myself, and I just don't grasp it. I think I'm too old for it. Maybe I don't have enough patience to see it through. That's why I'm like, Brendan, just take care of it, and Brendan seems to be learning it pretty fast. And I'm just like, I'm too slow for this stuff. Writing, editing, character creation, I can do. Special effects, 3D animation, I'm very slow at. That's what Valak and Brendan can do all this stuff for me, instead of me doing it alone. Obviously, we have division of labor. We discussed it in previous M&B show, and that's just how I see it working. Brendan, I've talked for a shitload of time. Now it's your turn. Same question, answer it, see how it works.
Let's see. As for ideas and stuff over the course of my time, I'd have to say the very first one, like I said, everything that didn't work out. Ignoring that, I was going to be a co-writer for that Planet of Glass thing that I also talked about. That was going to be a rather nice idea. You know, it's pretty self-explanatory.
You cut out there. Please, self-explanatory. Continue.
You know, Spartans, elites, Planet of Glass. You know, Reach gets glass.
By the way, did you know Planet of Glass is the name of the book?
It's just elites versus Spartans. Huh?
Planet of Glass is the name of the book. Yep. It's actually a book
Really?
that
And
I actually
Halo?
right here. Yeah. I have it. I have a journal right here. The Halo 10th anniversary, and I'll tell you right now, Planet of Glass is there was a portion of it that I actually read. Oh, Planet of Glass, somewhere around here. Let me just find it. But you continue talking. Yeah. Glasslands. I'm sorry. It was Glasslands, not Planet of Glass.
Well, that's two completely different things. Jesus.
Well, Glassland and Planet of Glass, to me, that's the same thing.
But Planet of Glass was going to be Spartans elites, and it was going to explore the differences between elites and, you know, have a, I don't know, before, you know, once I started doing writing for it, I was going to have a character that would beat down a guy with a sword. That's what you get, dickwad. But I was going to have a elite character that didn't act like all those brother elites, you know. Why are elites black in the series? I just noticed that. They're just like, hey, brother.
You're racist. Continue.
But it didn't lift off exactly. I actually mention it in the tribute to my friends video thing from ages ago. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, that's how long it's been. It was like, it ended in like one episode. It never really that thing did not go off. And since then, it's just been me doing random types of projects, just testing the waters for myself. As you could see, immediately after I did, after I attempted writing for Planet of Glass, there was that era where I was just starting to work with Mikey. And so I came up with a whole bunch of random skits and shorts, which I'm still doing now, but they've gotten a lot better in terms of comedy. I suppose...
Wait.
Since we're going from past till now, there is the difference between... well, we've certainly branched out enough. As Mikey said, he hasn't done much of the animation or stop motion stuff, and I've just been tinkering with stuff like that, and the experiments I have seem to work out pretty well.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm actually forced to put up. Sorry for poor streaming. It's not exactly our fault, because it's just that bad, man. It's that bad.
Yeah. Gotta love the Halo 3.
Yeah. What else? What else we have? I think we answered both questions from Daniel Hodge. I think there are a few questions on the comments, and Soul Flare's been spamming us.
Ooh, there's one. When did you both have the most fun making machinima?
Editing episode 10 of Elites of War. Definitely.
Oh yeah, that was
I had a
it
lot
was
of
so
fun.
emotional.
I had a lot of fun editing that stuff together because I've used every single effect under my belt almost. I did not use any particle effects because I didn't really see the use of using them, but I used every single other effect. Camera tracking, the green screen, the 3D sort of green screen type of deal, splicing. I used cloning, and I just had little blips and blobs here and there, and as well as some voice effects. I think I put everything into that episode. That was really fun to edit. That's the most fun I had with Machinima.
Yeah.
Brandon?
Hell, I guess it sort of depends on what you mean by making machinima. It could just be the fact that I was voice acting for a lot. I haven't made very many machinima yet, so I have to say the most fun I've had would be that's actually a bit of a tough one for me because, well, as I said, I haven't made very many. Possibly my favorite part of making one of the machinimas would be the body acting for competition. Yeah, I
love competition a lot.
I like that one. I mean, Mikey dressed up and I had to
Huh? Brandon, you cut out. Technical difficulties? Yeah, there's technical difficulties. As I said, internet is acting up today, and it's not exactly our fault. So give us a second. We'll try to get back with you with questions once Brandon come back. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't know what else going on with the internet. Oh, welcome back.
Oh dear.
Yeah, you cut out. So go ahead. Say what you were saying, boy.
I was talking about how my favorite part of machina making so far has probably been the body acting for competition.
Then I got dressed up. Continue.
Yeah. I'd say that one was pretty fun. Mikey was sitting there being plan things around him because he would stand on top of shit, just like God. But I had a lot of fun doing the body acting for that one because it was such a hodgepodge of elites just walking around doing random crap until they started fighting over an energy sword, and oh, it was beautiful. It was fun.
Yeah, I guess. What's the next question, Brendan? I think this one's only one question, huh? Teabagging. Yeah, I don't like
Zai, next.
Yeah, if you have questions, guys, post them up. I don't think there's many questions. I don't think anything. Yeah, I think we were everything we planned, and I kind of too disgusting playing Halo 3 now. I don't know how we're gonna film big fight scenes in this with the lag that's being caused here, but hopefully we're gonna work it out somehow. Maybe it's just because the matchmaking is just so poorly worked out right now. We can still switch the season 1 to Halo Reach. We can still do that. But I don't know if that's going to be a big help. We're going to have to test out. You know what? Listen, plug in Halo 4, see how it works. All right? Brandon, you hear me? Brandon!
Yeah, I
plug in Halo 4.
I got you. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Alright, he's in.
Plug it in, plug it in.
Good. Wait, what? Yes, you can?
Plug it in.
Plug it in, plug it in.
Yeah. Oh, Avatar Korra. I finished that cartoon. They're coming back with a new one? The Legend of Korra?
Maybe.
hope so. I really liked Legend of Korra. It was a pretty cool anime, per se.
Really?
Yeah.
It's American though.
So, America.
Oof.
America. Fuck
We have a
yeah.
horrible connection.
We do? Do we?
Mikey.
Uh,
Yeah.
Connection where?
I keep on hearing.
Yeah, I hear that too. Oh wow. I guess we can just finish it up. Let's just test Halo 4, see how it works. And then figure out what the hell's going on with this baby, huh? Maybe I actually do need to get a second monitor.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly very happy about this, what's going on right now. Then again, what does streaming has to do with actual game?